Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, mashallah, to the second segment of today's show, Iqra with Iqra. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, very, very well indeed. Yesterday's show went fantastic, and today I am hoping and praying, and I'm sure, to be really honest, that it will also go fantastic too. Let's go to the callers now. In the last segment, it was a short segment, but I spoke about the names of the Arabic letters from Alif till Ya, how the terms that we should use, Asma'ul Huruf, which means names of Arabic letters, Mufradat, which means singular letters, capital or uppercase letters, and using these terms to kind of say that, guys, let's read or call out the names of the Mufradat. Do you know what I mean? The Mufradat, yani the Arabic singular letters. Okay, let's go to our caller in this segment now. Let's see who we have. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Ji, is that Hashir?
Yeah,
How are you doing, Hashir?
good. How are you, Study?
Good. Okay, now, did you do Makharij yesterday?
You said to we stopped at za, and then today we're doing it from Seen.
Okay, so you stopped where?
At za, and then we're now starting from Seen.
Okay, starting from Jim, did you say?
Seen.
Seen. You are
Yeah, Seen.
starting from Seen. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Seen. The
Right.
letter after za.
Okay, so what is the makhraj for Seen, you said? Yes, Seen.
Seen. Tip of the tongue when it touches the plate of the upper and lower central incisors and its corners, leaving a slight gap in between the teeth.
Okay,
Seen.
now let me just give you, Seen, yeah?
Yeah.
Seen. So obviously I'm going to make life easy for everyone. So basically, Za, Seen and Saad, they
Yeah.
have the same makhraj. They share the same makhraj, yeah? So the makhraj for Za, Seen and Saad, these three letters, the makhraj is same.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And the makhraj is, these letters are articulated from between the tip of the tongue, okay? Between tip of the tongue and between the plates of the two top incisors,
Yeah.
and slightly above the lower incisors. A small space is left between the tongue and the incisors when pronouncing them. So let's think about this one, yeah? 1 second. Let's think about this one. So basically, Za, Sin and Saad, all three letters articulated from between the tip of the tongue and between the plates of the two top incisors. Plates, Assa, Azza, Assa. Okay? So the tip of the tongue and the plates of the two top Thanaya Ulya, the plates meaning the back part of the two top teeth, and slightly above, Assa, and slightly above the lower incisors, Assa, Azza. So tip of the tongue, it touches the plates and a bit of the lower two teeth as well. And a small space is left between the tongue and the incisors, when incisors mean the top and the bottom, yeah? Azza, Assa, and Assa. Do you understand? This
Yeah.
group is called Asaliya.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Asaliya. The name is called Asaliya.
Yeah. And should I start from Sheen now?
Now, so have you got that? Now you need to write this down, by the way. Hussein or Abiha, they need to write this down. Asaliya. I'm giving you the name of this group. Letters of Asaliya.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can write, let me write here letters for you. letters of
Asaliya.
Do you understand? Letters
Yes.
of Asaliya. So remember, between tip of the tongue, when it touches the plates of the upper two teeth and a bit and slightly of the lower two teeth, and a space is left between the tongue and the incisors. Some space is left between the tongue and the incisors when pronouncing them. Assa. You can feel the space. Do you understand? Asaliya. Okay, next letter, which one?
Sheen.
Sheen.
Yes.
Okay.
Sheen, midsection of the tongue when it touches the mid palate.
Okay, so let me tell you. Jim, Sheen, and Ya mutaharrika. Ya, which one?
Ya mutaharrika.
Ya mutaharrika. You understand that?
Yeah.
Ya mutaharrika, okay? Ya mutaharrika means ya that has a haraka on it. A ya that has a
Harika on it.
Fata kasra or damma. So it's not ya madda, it's not ya leen. Sorry, it's not ya madda. It's ya mutaharrika. Jim, shin, ya. And the makhraj for this is, what did you say?
Midsection of the tongue when it touches the mid palate.
Okay, so these letters are emitted from the middle of the tongue, like you said, and the roof of the mouth that lies opposite to it. So it has to be the middle of the palate, yeah?
Yeah.
So basically, these letters are called letters of Shajariya. What are they called?
Letters of Shajariya.
You got to write all this down, my friend.
Abi is writing it down right now.
Okay, letters of Shajariya. Huruf Shajariya, in other words. Okay, so وفيه مخرج واحد لثلاثة حروف هي الجيم والشين والياء غير المادية. Okay, now these letters are called حروف شجرية because they are articulated from the center of the mouth or the middle of the mouth. شجرية, because they are pronounced from the middle of the mouth. Okay, والوسط فجي مشين يا جيم شين يا, then, and the middle, meaning middle of the tongue, and the middle and the middle of the tongue, then jim shin ya. Okay, so that's Shajariya. Thank you. Who's next? Do you want to give it to anyone else? You know what it is? Huh?
Huruf Shajariya.
Okay, who's next?
And Hussein read.
Okay, now here it's not really. Okay, give it to Hussein. Let me listen something from Hussein. Hussein, which makhraj are you going to do?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wassalam.
I finished the makharij for yesterday.
Which ones?
All of them.
Okay. So now let's do. We've done Saad, haven't we? Now, do you remember the grouping? We need to. I'm going through the grouping of the makharij today. Because, for example, I just said to Hashir, as you saw, Za, Sin, and Saad. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Za, Sin, and Saad. This is one group. They share the same makharaj, letters of Asaliya. These are called Asaliya letters. These letters are called what?
Asaliya letters.
Asaliya. And do you remember the makhraj for Za, Sin, Saad?
Yeah.
Say it.
The tip of the tongue when it touches the back side, the butt part, the plate of the upper and lower incisors.
And a small space is left.
Yes.
Between the tongue and the incisors.
Yes.
Assa. You can actually feel it. Assa. Between the tongue and the incisors, there's a small space.
Yeah.
and between the tip of the tongue and between the plates of the two top incisors. So when, in between, and now these jim, za, sin, sad, they come out in between where? When if this is your tip of your tongue, when it touches the plates, if that's the back part of your teeth, when it touches that, right, assa, ad, and it touches a bit of the bottom, plates of the bottom teeth, and in between the tongue and the teeth, there's a small space where the whistling sound comes out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, this group is called huruf asaliya due to their emerging from the tip of the tongue. It is called asaliya because from the tip of the tongue, the sounds of these letters come out from.
Yeah.
And the whistle, meaning the letters that have the inherent characteristic of the whistle, which are sad, which are za, sin, sad, are cozy from it, meaning the tip of the tongue and the above and the two lower incisors. Okay, so that's the makhraj which you need to write down and remember. This is the group. Okay.
Yes.
Now, do you also remember? He said sheen after raza, sheen.
Yes.
Let's go over sheen again.
Okay. Midsection of the tongue when it touches the mid palate.
That's really straightforward, isn't it? Middle of the tongue when it touches the
Mid palate.
middle palate. Again, emitted from the middle of the tongue and the roof of the mouth that lies opposite to it, yani opposite to the middle of the tongue. So it's middle of the palate. And because these letters are articulated from the center of the mouth, this is why they are known as shajariya, huruf shajariya. Okay? Now Abiha is doing the writing, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let Abiha read the letters once. Give it to her.
Assalamu alaikum.
So Abiha, you are doing the writing, aren't you?
Yeah.
Make sure you write them down now, and afterwards you're gonna see everyone during the show. You can write them down in a rough book, yeah, and then afterwards you got to write it in a neat book, okay? So when every like the makharij has to be in order. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now let's read. What I want you to do, what I'm gonna do here is I want to yani write down the alphabets. I'm gonna say the alphabets and I want you to tell us what they are. Okay? Now I'm gonna start here. Now tell me, I'm going to write on the screen which letter is this?
Dal.
Not dal. It's not, it's dal. Dal, okay?
Okay.
Dal is dal alif lam. Dal is dal alif lam spells dal. Do you understand? Which letter is this?
Zal.
Zal. Okay. Which letter is this?
Seen.
Okay. 1 minute. I need to. Okay. Which letter is this? Okay, with this one here.
Za.
The, not za, the. Say the.
Za.
Got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what about this one here?
Pa.
and the.
Ba.
Ba. What's the makhraj for ba?
The wet section of both lips when they meet strongly.
Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to list. Okay, so now when it comes to ba, yeah? Ba. Okay, this is also in a group which I will tell you now. Ba is articulated by the closing the two lips together, but a stronger closing than the meme, isn't it? Ba. So the when you said the wet section, the inner portion of both lips when they meet strongly, yeah? Abba.
Yeah.
So ba, you've got ba. Okay, after ba, you got fa, mim, and you have waw mutaharrika. Remember the word mutaharrika, meaning ghair madda. Waw mutaharrika means that waw that has a haraka on it.
Okay.
The waw that has a haraka on it, meaning ghair madda. So these letters are called lips letters. What are they called?
Lips letters.
Lips.
Letters.
Lips letters. So ba, you said when both lips, inner part, the wet part of both lips when they meet strongly, yeah? By closing the two lips together, but a stronger closing than the meme. Meme is not as strong. What's the makhraj for meme?
Dry section of the lips when they meet softly.
Exactly. So the dry is a total opposite of ba. Ba is the inner part of the lips. Meme is the outer part of the lips. Ba is a stronger meeting. Meme is a softer meeting. Yeah?
Yeah.
So these four letters, because they're connected to the lips, that is why they are called the lips letters. So let me just read this for you. Now, shafatan, lips. Shafatan means the two lips. The two lips have two articulation points attributed to them for four letters. Two lips have two articulation points attributed to the two lips, where the two articulation points are for the four letters. Fa. ما بين باطن الشفة السفلى وأطراف الثنايا العليا. The fa is articulated between the inside of the lower lip and the tips of the two front incisors, as we know. Affa. When the edges of your upper two teeth, thanaya ulya, when it touches the inner part of the bottom lip, isn't it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Fa is articulated between the inside of the lower lip and the tips of the two front incisors. And so in other words, and from the inside of the lip, so the fa with the edges of the two top incisors. Now then we've got waw ghair maddiya, like you said, waw mutaharrika is waw ghair maddiya, al mim and ba. So the unlengthened waw, meaning waw ghair madda, which is not waw madda, the waw mutaharrika, is articulated by forming a circle of the two lips, awwa, without the two lips meeting completely. Yeah? Circling the lips with incomplete meeting. Awwa. That's waw ghair madda, remember. Meme, the meme is articulated by closing the two lips together softly. And ba, like we said, it is a strong meeting. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So these are, remember, ba, fa, meme, waw ghair madda. You can say waw ghair madda, or you can say waw mutaharrika. Waw, you can say ghair madda, or waw mutaharrika. Understand?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Make sure you guys write all this down. Even if you're writing a rough, write it down. You can copy into your neat books afterwards. Thank you so much, guys. MashaAllah, that was good. Let's move to our next caller. Assalamu alaikum.
वालेकुम सलाम।
जी जी, खैरियत से।
हाँ कोई और आ गया।
हाँ जी, कहाँ से? कौन? शयान?
जी शयान और माइमा।
ठीक है, शयान को दे पहले प्लीज।
अच्छा।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
और सलाम शयान, कहाँ से सबक?
जी इन्हें मखारिज दसने हैं शान ने।
मखारिज?
जी
ठीक है जी, दीजिए, सुनता हूँ मखारिज इनसे।
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अलिफ empty space,
Empty space in the mouth and throat.
yes,
Anna, empty space in the mouth and?
throat.
Alif. Ba?
Ba, the two lips meet strongly.
Yeah, wet part.
What part?
Wet part of two lips meet strongly. Ba, abba. ठीक है?
Yes. Ta,
था का क्या है? अत्ता, था।
दोस्तों शाबाश।
देख के बताओ, कोई बात नहीं. If you have written down, look inside and read. Doesn't matter. देख के भी पढ़ सकते हो. अगर जुबानी याद नहीं है. हाँ, ता का क्या है?
the tongue touches the gum line of the upper teeth.
हाँ, upper the, so from the top part of the tip, atta, top part of the tip of the tongue and the gum line of the two top incisors. ना ता का है. Okay.
Sa,
Tha, yes. What is tha?
शाबाश।
the
Atha, atha. Tha, atha.
the
दोस्तों शाबाश।
याद नहीं है? उमैमा को याद है? उमैमा को दो.
जी
हाँ जी.
ਇਹਨੂੰ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਾਉਣ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਨਾ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨਰਵਸ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ
कोई बात नहीं, आहिस्ता से याद करें, क्योंकि जल्दबाजी. उमैमा को दे दे, उमैमा को दे दे.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
और सलाम उमैमा. हाँ, मखरज सुनना है क्या? क्या सुनाओगे? मखारिज सुनाओगे?
नहीं.
क्या क्या सुनाना है? पढ़ना है अलिफ बा ता सा? क्या?
बुतु.
अच्छा, सबक. अच्छा, तो फिर लेसन 3 है क्या?
जी
और सफ़ा नंबर 14.
जी.
लेसन नंबर 3 नूरानी कायदा है जी, नूरानी कायदा. लेसन 3 सफ़ा 14. ओ बू थू थू. हाँ, मुझे याद, अभी कल वो सही नहीं सुनाया था तुमने. हाँ,
अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश
14 ओ बू थू दम्मा. लेसन 3 नूरानी कायदा.
अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम.
शैता तानी है. शैतानिर रजीम. शैतानिर रजीम. अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम.
अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम. बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. ऊ बू bu, tu, su, ju, hu, du, tu, zu, 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 su, fu, su, shu, du, tu, zu, u, ru, fu, ku, ku, nu, mu, nu, ru, hu, u, you.
अच्छा, इसमें उमैमा इनको लंबा ना करें. ओके, ओ बू तो सो जो हो दो. अगर तेजी के साथ पढ़ के, अगर तेजी के साथ पढ़ोगे तो फिर ये लंबा नहीं होगा. फास्ट पढ़ना है, तेजी के साथ पढ़ना है, ठीक है.
Okay.
इनको ये प्रैक्टिस करो कि तेजी के साथ पढ़ना है. ओ बू तो सो जो हो दो जो रो जो सो शो सो दो तो जो गो फो को कुलू मुनु बुहु उयू. ओके,
Okay.
ऐसे पढ़ना है. उसके बाद जो अल्फाज हैं अल्फाज सुनेंगे, ठीक है.
Okay.
थैंक यू वेरी मच. माशाल्लाह, दैट वाज गुड. इनसे कल फिर सुनेंगे. नॉट बैड. अभी ये देखिए द आर्टिकुलेशन पॉइंट्स जो मखारिज हैं उसको आई वांट एवरीवन टू लर्न. जनरल डेफिनेशन, तारीफ़ुल मखारिजी, जमउ मखरज. जैसे मैंने I've told you many times, the singular of articulation points kharij in Arabic is makhraj. So makhraj, now what does makhraj mean? It is the place of emitting the letter when pronouncing it that differentiates that specific letter from the others. So where the sound of that letter originates from, how we pronounce that sound, and that sound then is different from other letters. That is makhraj. Now what does harf mean? The letter is a sound that relies on a specific or approximate articulation point. Now the letter we have, right? Letter is a sound. Letter, when you say ba, ta, tha, it's a sound that relies on a specific or approximate articulation point. So that letter has to depend, that letter relies on the area, the articulation point for the sound to come out. So letter, it's a sound. From a letter we make sound, and a sound will rely on the area for the sound of the letter to come out, and that is basically makhraj and letter together. Let's take another call, please. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, is that Umar?
Yes.
How are you, Umar?
Fine, alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm good. So, can you share with us makharij or sifat?
No, thank you.
Then what do you want to share?
Nothing really.
Why did you call then?
I thought I was going to recite Quran today.
No. I said yesterday, today, all of this week is Qaida week. So what we are doing, if you don't know your makharij, or if you don't know your sifat, this week we want to go over those. So we're starting from alif, ba, ta, tha, and it's a refresher week. We're going over, so we're inviting new people to come and learn. And if you do not know your makharij, this week is a good week to learn them. Do you know them?
Yes.
Okay, can you? What you're going to do, Umar, if you know them and if you want to share whatever you know, I'm not expecting you to know all of them. You, Nina, Sarah, all of you can say some makharij, some few letters each, inshallah. And we'll start from alif and see how many you can say. Then we'll go to Nina, then Sarah. But after the break, inshallah, stay put. Assalamu alaikum.